Thank you, Vera. You send me the email about Dr. Chow. I haven't contacted her for a long time. And but I always with some people like the Nelson. He always tell me about Dr. Chow. I always ask Nelson, hey, how about Dr. Chow? Is it okay? But I don't have too much detail until I think it was on a Sunday. I think Sunday you send me the email, right, Vera, right? And Vera.
When I learned about it, I immediately thought of you. Yeah.
I really read this email is on Sunday and on Monday, Monday early morning. But after that, I just say, okay, I have to do something for Dr. Chow, So I just put in my mind, okay, I want to do something to tribute Dr. Chow. And then after that, I draft a email and ask Mike Carr, he's my editor, So, my background is Cantonese. I born in Hong Kong, but as educated and brought up more than 22 years in Hong Kong. So my mother tongue is not very fluently, in the English. So Micah is my editor for my email, and then I draft the email and get Micah to edit it, and then I send it right away on Monday. So that's the whole situation. We are lucky to bring all the people to celebrate how beautiful Dr. Chow contribute to the Qigong and for us. So now I want to say something. Okay. Sylvia, how are you, Sylvia? And yeah, okay. I want to see who else. Shani is my student in the Philip Light Qigong, and Natalie, she also one of my students, and also helping me, for many years, for the Qigong. And Nelson, is from the Montreal. He is also the Chow Qigong student, and he always I always ask him about Chow Qi, Dr. Chow. And okay, Nicole, yeah, you want to say something, Nicole? No.
Yeah. Sorry, I just moved myself. So I just cut down some of the noise. And yeah, well, I've learned a great deal from Dr. Chow, and I've been teaching Chow Qigong since 2015. I've been doing it 2013, but 2015, and I kept doing it. Now I have 4 classes that I'm doing, and I'm even doing a class now for seniors. So what Dr. Chow taught me, these teaching, I still apply, and I love it. And I'm very grateful that I was able to learn the Qigong and show it to other people. And as a matter of fact, Sylvie is one of the students also in the class.
Okay, if later on maybe I suppose to ask Kathleen to join us. She usually he is the coordinator. But I don't see her. In case that she's not here, maybe I ask Nicole you introduce, tell us more about Dr. Chow. Yeah, she have a lot of experience. She is the pioneer of the Qigong, promote in the Western world. Yeah. Before we don't in the Western world, we don't have too much people promote Qigong. I think she is the one of the person. She's the pioneer. I can tell you that. Okay, Catherine is here. Our coordinator, Catherine, where are you? Okay, she's here. Good morning, Catherine. Happy to see you. Yeah. Unmute your mic, and then because you are our coordinator. Can you say something? We will start in a few minutes. Go ahead, Catherine.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was just saying I'm a little late because I got up late. So yeah, I apologize.
It's okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we are almost everybody here. Yeah. So I just want to say hello to everybody. And I see is who is the. I go trying to see who's this. Yeah, I have a 3 other. So And I want to say hello to you. Anybody want to say hello? Yeah.
Hello, Master Philip. This is Natalie. I see someone raised their hand. I think Nelson raised his hand and wants to say something.
Okay, go ahead. Somebody want to say something? Go ahead. Unmute your mic.
Hi. Hi, Master Philip. How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks. Nice to see you, Nicole, and your gang here. Nicole helped put on a very strong Chow Qigong workshop in the beginning of COVID. She has a very strong groups. It's something to be impressed by.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
worked with Dr. Chow since 2015.
Thank you.
I've probably taken about a dozen workshops with her.
Wonderful.
Many times in Ottawa, once in Montreal, San Francisco, and Japan. It was always fun to be involved in the World Congress and meet so many interesting people through the workshops. I use these principles and a lot of these techniques in my daily life. I'm going into a new career now. I left my old job, and I'm a registered massage therapist now. I do shiatsu, acupressure, foot reflexology, quite a few modalities. But I always get to implement the Chow Qigong principles in my practice, whatever I'm doing. When I have somebody on the table, it's very easy to incorporate the scanning, the packing and the clearing. The multiple points work quite well. They're very effective. All the other principles too. The 3 belly aching laughs, the hugs. One of the things I've really retained from her was being specific. She always says to be specific. So when you ask for something, ask for specifically what you want. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Chow Qigong, especially in Canada, prevail and move forward. We've got some really strong groups and some really strong practitioners in Canada, Nova Scotia, Ottawa, Rockland, Toronto, Montreal, and we're all going to be meeting up eventually. The World Congress is going to be brought to Toronto sometime soon. Master and I will be organizing it.
Wonderful.
And I know you've been involved in that before, Philip. I'd like to see you there with your group. And that's it. Chow Qigong is going to continue. And nice to be here. And thank you for hosting this, Philip.
Okay, because I have one person, last minute, want to get my link, I just send it out. Okay, now I go to, sorry about that, and I'm very happy to hear about Nelson, and also Nicole, and I am very happy to work with you together to continue to promote Chow Qigong and energy work and the Qigong. That's Dr. Chow's passion, Okay, so now we anybody want to say something before we start to do some exercise?
As I'm very excited about the Congress coming again. Well, the last time it was 2012, right? It was more than 10 years ago. Now, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
So I would love to know about it.
Yeah.
I was a teacher, on 2012, and then I meet Vera. And
Yeah,
then,
that's right. That's where I met you.
yeah, I'm happy to meet you, and then we will develop a very good relationship with the Qigong, and the
Right.
healing, and then also Vera, she do a good job, to improve her health significantly, So it's a very wonderful thing, Anyway, anybody want to say something before we start to do some exercise?
Yes, yes, I'd like to say that back in about 1988, when Effie Chow first came to Ottawa, I attended several of her weekend workshops, and I have to say that the philosophy of Qigong really changed my attitude and my outlook about how the body functions, the energy channels, the meridians, and I know that in her book, that most of us probably have, she understood that staying healthy and recovering from illness was a multifaceted approach. Not only psychologically, emotionally, as Nelson mentioned, the 8 hugs, love. Love is one of the strongest, self-love and love of others is one of the strongest things that can help us recover, and also being in your own power. When you become ill, you lose your sense of having personal power, and she understood that it was very important for people to gain a sense of power back in their life, and that they had some control and ability to heal. So I'm very grateful for being exposed to Qigong. It's been 25 years now. Philip and I have known each other for 25 years as a result, and he's been a wonderful influence in my life. And, you have to give her a lot of acclamations and applaud for helping people recover and become healthier. We need far more people like that in our lives, with all the negativity that goes around in the world, to be passionate about helping people live a better life and healthier life. Something to be very grateful and appreciative of. And of course, Philip, who I've known for 25 years, also has that same passion. And I'm very grateful to him for continuing to be a wonderful influence and help to so many different people. So I want to say thank you very much, and thank you to Effie Chow, and that set me off on a different path in my life. Yeah, the book that she wrote, and it led me to get acupuncture, acupressure, and have, as I mentioned, have a different approach to healing and to recovery. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I see somebody just come in our meeting, so conference. I saw Dan Rev Jacqueline. Can you say something? You're an amazing person. I really like you to join us today. Yeah, and you are the very good friend with Dr. Chow. Yeah, so even though you're working with her for many years, colleague, everything, can you say something? Unmute your mic. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, try to check the bar underneath the computer. They have the symbol of the microphone. Just click it, and then you can. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Effie had a lot of friends, and over the decades of time, she influenced so many thousands and thousands of people.
Yes.
Did anyone already mention the Qigong week that she was officially? Yes or no?
No, I haven't mentioned. I just read the email from you. Go ahead. You can.
She was a major influencer for everyone worldwide, particularly in the United States. In 1997, the city and county of San Francisco proclaimed November 22nd Dr. Effie Chow Day. And November 20th through the 26th was Qigong Week as of 1997. So it was an official proclamation, and the president's Citation Award, that was President Clinton of the United States, gave her the President's Citation Award of the American Association for Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine in 1989. A distinguished award from the National Society of Acupuncturists of the Republic of China in 1988. Effie was she had an incredible sense of humor. For such a little person, she ate more food than 5 times more than I did. I couldn't believe how much food she
She's a
could
very easy
consume.
person. You know, you bring
She
her
was
to the restaurant, she can eat anything. You know, she no complaint about the food. You know,
I know, she was just
easy
eat.
person.
And I remember one day I was sitting there talking to her in her house, and she turns around, she takes her fist without me even looking, and she goes so wham, and she just belts me in the solar plexus, and I just, like, I was doing power yoga. I was very fit at the moment, and I didn't expect it, and I go, whoa, what, what? And she just started laughing. She said, well, that's pretty good. Because she was always talking about fitness and being, use your chi. and laughing. We had so many things that she would joke about, and it was just a joy. But prior to that citation and all of that, the field of not only acupuncture but holistic medicine wasn't even really a field at that point. It was people were being taken to jail for doing a lot of things that today is just totally accepted. So the work that she did, when I said it impacted the world, she was just a blessing and a force to be reckoned with. She didn't take no for an answer, whether it be physical challenges or you can't do that. Want to make a bet? and always joking. She will be missed.
Thank you. We will spend more time to talk about her later. Okay, we do about half an hour exercise. Do something. Dr. Chow should love it. Her passion. Chow Qigong. Okay, so we do some Chow Qigong about half an hour. Okay, so if because I develop my own style of Philippine Qigong, and I don't do that too regularly, And although my wife will do regularly, Also, my wife is also the student of Dr. Chow, okay? So she do more regular than me, But if I do something not doing right, people can let me know, okay? Let me correct myself, okay? Thank you, everybody. So the passion of a Dr. Chow, that's the thing they want us to work together to promote the passion of her, about the Qigong, about our life, It's not only about Qigong, She also, teach us a lot of things, how to do the right thing, how to use the energy to do the right thing to improve our karma, to do the good deed, That's what the Dr. Chow. Okay, now we do the Chow Qigong, the 8 precious exercise, okay? So let me go up here. Okay. So I'm lucky I still keep my Dr. Chow's the t-shirt, Anybody, do you know this one? Yeah, it's many years ago. Yeah. So when all the Dr. Chow's student and the relative of Brenda, and also the Angela, they do a wonderful job to promote Chow Qigong in Ottawa. Thank you, all of them.
Yes.
Now we do the wow, Dr. Chow always like to do like this.
Just a reminder that Dam Rev Jacqueline, your microphone's not on mute.
Yeah. Thank you. And out. Now we do the exercise, the warm up exercise first, okay? Breathe in, breathe out. So the first exercise, we should do the side stretch, okay? Yeah, side stretch, breathe in. Yeah, when we breathe in, drop your head. Arch to your right. I do the mirror image, okay? And breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and as a C shape. Let us see shape in, and then now out. Dr. Chow should do like that. When you get in the exercise, breathe in, drop the head, and arch to the left as a C shape. Yeah, she's very flexible, She can touch the hand on the ground. Out and breathe in, drop the head first, and arch to the right. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and then breathe out. One more set, one more time. In, arch as a C shape. In, out, 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 out. Now prepare a turn. Open horse hand. Open your arm.
So, okay, that's bigger. That's bigger.
Fin.
It's bigger, but it's not as big.
Out.
Okay, it's better.
And go out exercise. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, if you can. Yeah, thank you, Natalie, to help me out. Yeah, try your best. Do your. Yeah, thank you. And now we do the propeller turn, and next we do the hip rotation, rubbing our palm, activate the chi. Yeah, open horse stand. Bend this. Your hand, put on top of the kidney, and then we rotate. Move to the right. When we start, breathe in, move forward, and then rotate to the right. Start on the left, and then to the right. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. So 4, 6 more times. 6, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Other side. In. Out. Breathe in. Rotate to the left and out. Yeah. And then turn to your left. Out. 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 2 more times. In and out. In and out. And then move out from the exercise. Next, we do after the hip rotation, we do the wrist rotation. Rubbing our palm, activate the chi. And then the palm, top of the knees. And when you breathe in and rotate to your left first, and then turn to the right, and then breathe out, moving up. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Other side. Okay, to the right, and then turn to the left. 11, 12, breathe in. 13, breathe out. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, you don't have to bend too low, okay? And 20. Yeah, thank you. So I just want to remind you, do as the Dr. Chow mentioned. You say comfortably, uncomfortable, but not painful. Okay? So all the exercise you do, I'm gonna ask you to listen to your intuition, listen to your doctor. You know, any part of the body not feel comfortable. Some people cannot bend the body like that, or the knees bend too low. If you cannot do that, that's fine. Just modify it. Make sure you feel comfortable. Okay. Now we do the first exercise. The way of having the chi. Open the arm, palm facing up. In. Yeah, you see my hand. And then turn up. In again. Raise the body by toes, still in. And then out, press the base of palm. Hold the palm down. Other sounds you like. One back in, one back out. Again. In. In. Ouch. Ouch. Out, drop the heel. So now, next, we do the draw the bow and arrow. Move the left foot out. Hold stand, bend the wrist. Breathe in. Now we do the preparation. So usually if you want to do the right palm out, left palm in front of your chin. Okay. So now we do the bow and arrow. Open the arm. And then hold the fist, finger, index finger, and then pull up, pull and pull. Breathe in and breathe in and breathe in. And now, and then out. Back to the beginning position. And then do again. And then moving out and breathing in, and out. Again. In. Ah. Breathe in. Breathe in. And out. Move out from exercise. Next, the touch. Heavenly, cloud, heaven and earth. We call heaven and earth. Fit together. Bring your hand, same thing like we do before. Chin level, right palm out, left palm in. I do the mirror image, okay? So, and then move one hand up, one hand down, left palm up, right palm down. Turn your head to your right, finger pointing to your right. Stretch, stretch, stretch your spine, elbow, wrist, and the wrist. And then breathe in, back to the beginning position. And now breathe out, and then I'll breathe in again. In, and out. In. In. And out. Breathe in. In. That heaven and earth energy. And out. Drop the hand down. Next, we do the head exercise. Fit together. We call the rotate your eye and your head. Turn to the left when you breathe in. In. And out. Breathe in. In and out. One more set. In. Out. One more time. At your own pace. See your back further. Working with your eye. This is good for eyesight when you're working your eyeball. Moving further. Next, we do we call the upper torso rotation. Move your left foot out. And we do the exercise first, and then we are talking about the breath, okay? The hand, finger, holding the leg joint, open horse stand. Turn your head to your left, tuck in your chin and drop your body down. Okay? And then roll your hip to your left and arch to your right. And then continue, rotate your hip and then stretch backward. And then continue, rotate your hip, arch to your left. And then drop your head down, roll to the front. And then breathe in. After that, we breathe out. Usually, she like one breath in, one breath out. So next, we turn your head to the right, and then drop your head, breathe in, arch to the left, and then continue, continue breathing, and then breathe out. One more set. Turn your head to the left, drop your chin down and drop your body down, roll your body forward and drop your body down. And then continue rotate, continue breathing, arch to the right, stretch backward, continue breathing. In, out. Yeah. So next we go to the we go to one more set. Yeah. So this is the we after that we drop the turn back. Now we turn the head to the other side again one more time. This time one more set, okay? In. But sometimes I break down several breaths, up to you, okay? Now, one more time. In. You can break down a few breaths, that's fine. But Dr. tells you, like, one breath in, one breath out. Okay, now, we move out from the exercise. Now, we're supposed to left and right, but that's okay. Usually, she like to start from the right side. Next, after we do the propeller turn, upper torso rotation, we do a back arm raise. Finger linking together. Roll your elbow, straighten your elbow, 2 palms form a basket, and then back arm raise your arm up, and then raise the body by toes. And then one breath in, and one breath out. Do again. I do this again. So I know a lot of people know it, but some people they don't know. Now we do the punch. Open horse stand. Rotate your fist. Place it beside our waist. So Dr. Chow, she like to, when you punching out, breathe in. Start with the right punch. And breathe out. Breathe in again. We emphasize to cultivate the energy, right? When you punch, feel the energy to your body and breathe out. Relax and release all the tension. One more time. And then move up from exercise. Next, we do the after that we do the whole body stretch. Okay, so with the external chi. And then now we starting like this. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, palm facing each other. Breathe out, drop the body down. try your best to drop your body down. Yeah, do your best. Yeah, people have a good flexibility. You can touch the ground, your palm facing down, and sometimes you can put the hand on the back of the knee, of the leg, and then use the head touch the knee. So yeah, she's wonderful. Okay, and then moving up between and before. She's very flexible woman, you know. Yeah, in between. Again, in. Out. Sorry, body. And then, if you can, yeah, stretch your knees. Keep the knees straight. Touch the hand on the ground. Let your hand touch the ground. And then you can do a little bit stretching of the knees, okay? Some people, they can do the hold the back of the leg and then of the heel, and then you use the head touch the knees. That's fine, you know. But that's only for people who are very flexible, okay? And then be fit, and beef up, stretch back up. Beef in and beef up. Okay. So thank you very much. And okay. Now I would like to spend some time share about Dr. Chow's story. And anybody want to start? Catherine, you can start first. And for the time being, I go to looking for the Dr. Chow's exercise demonstration. You know, if I can find one, I can share with you. Okay. So Catherine, you continue to work talk with the people, and then I will. After that, I will come back. You know, I will let you know. Yeah. And okay, go ahead, Catherine. Unmute your mic, Catherine.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see everybody here and whose lives have been influenced by Qigong and Dr. Chow, and some people more than others, but it really put many of us on a different path as far as our own decisions as to how to heal and how to live our life. So I already said a few words at the beginning. So anybody that would like to share any stories or express their appreciation, perhaps you could mute your mic. I can't see everybody because I don't have control of the screen.
Okay, Catherine, before that, let the other people prepare to say something, but before the people say something, I try to, to share Dr. Chow's demo, it's more than 10 years old. She's a very beautiful woman, I want to check whether I can share her demo, okay? So
Okay.
I want to check the demo, and then we have the heavenly stretch, okay?
Qigong exercise number 1. Stand with feet together, look straight ahead, and turn your palms outward. This will rotate your shoulders back to further strengthen your posture. Imagine that a silver thread extends through your arms and out through the middle fingers. Stretch your arms as much as you can without tightening your shoulders. Raise your arms slowly to the side. Keep your shoulders in place as you move your arms up over your head. Place your palms together and link your fingers, turning your palms to the ceiling. Stretch your arms and your total body. Then raise your shoulders up to your ears. Feel the stretch right down to your legs and heels. Keep breathing in. This stretch forces you to take more oxygen into your lungs. When you have stretched up as far as you can, slowly rise up on your toes and stretch more. Raise your shoulders up some more and feel your body muscles stretching. Stay on your tiptoes. After you have stretched up as much as you can, keep your arms and elbows straight and bring your shoulders down. Feel your entire chest wall move down and the scapula loosening. When you have lowered your shoulders as much as possible, unlink your fingers and push with the base of your palms out and downward to the side. Keep lowering your shoulders as you lower your arms. Start breathing out when you begin to push out and down with the base of your palms. Try to bend your wrists at a 90-degree angle with the fingers pointing straight up to heaven. Keep lowering your arms slowly to the side and keep pushing the base of your palm out all the way down. When your arms are at shoulder height, begin to bring your heels down as your arms come down with the wrist still bent at 90 degrees. These movements should be deliberate to the final point of relaxing your fingers completely. Do this exercise with one complete breath. Breathe in as you raise your arms and breathe out as you lower them. If you need to take another breath, do so. However, know that you have cheated and attempted to control your breath longer each time you do this exercise. Do not lower your arms faster just because you are running out of breath. Discipline yourself and continue to work at this until you're able to complete these arm movements with one slow breath. This exercise will stretch the body lengthwise, tighten the abdominal muscles, loosen the shoulder muscles and tendons, and reduce muscle tension and spasms in the shoulders and scapular area. It is good for reducing lower back pain and promotes a general increase in qi, making it flow upward. It helps get rid of fat on the shoulders, back, and arms, and tightens muscles such as the underarm muscles. Asthma and allergy conditions have been helped significantly with this exercise as well. Repeat this exercise 8 times.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you. Yeah. Okay, so now, yeah, you know that everything is in this book, you know. Yeah, if anybody want to know more about the Dr. Chow's Qigong, you can contact me and contact and Nicole. I would like to keep to contact with you because you do a very good, wonderful job to promote Chow Qigong. You know, we can work together in future. Okay. Okay, now Kathy, you can take over. You know, take over to lead us to share what's the beautiful time, the wonderful time with the Dr. Chow and how she affect us and affect the other people. And thank you, Catherine.
Yes, well, as I was saying, it's wonderful to see everybody here. And Philip, I don't have control over the microphone, but I've shared my brief appreciation to hear from everybody, or just the people who want to have something different or new to say. Maybe they could put their hand up and you could from that end unmute their mic. Your microphone is on, seems to be on mute, Philip. We can't hear
so
you.
If anybody want to talk, you just raise up your hand and then unmute your mic. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I saw the Nelson raise up your hand. Okay. And Nelson, you can unmute your mic.
Hi. Yeah. Just off of what Jacqueline was saying. Yeah, Dr. Chow was a big eater, and I really enjoyed the meals that we would have together as a group, often after workshops or during the lunch of workshops. And a lot of magic often happened at these suppers, whether it was at the Congress or at a random restaurant. Dr. Chow and the masters loved performing demos in the restaurant. I could tell you one story. I remember we were in San Francisco, and it was quite a large group, and we were also with a Shaolin group, and we were all in full uniforms and costumes, if you will. And we're trying to get a table at a very fancy Italian restaurant, and we had been getting slow service, and so at one point, Dr. Chow approached one of the waiters who was supposed to be sitting us, and she did a demo on him and removed his chi. and made him weak temporarily. And she said, you better hurry up with the service, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split the table in half. So it was always a lot of fun and magic at the suppers, and I really appreciated the togetherness that we had, and especially sharing the meals. So different than the Western way that we eat. And in the Western over here, everybody orders their own plate and that has their own plate. When we would go out to supper as a group, we would order 12 plates, and then everyone would share the different plates with each other. It's a different way of looking at eating. Yeah. That's all I got about the eating part. The workshops were always fun, and I'd like to see everyone continue, and maybe we could have a email list from the people from this group, just to keep in touch if there would be opportunities. Dr. Chow did a lot of double workshops with other schools to help promote each other, and she would definitely like to see that continue. I already got my first contract with a seniors home doing massage there, and I'm very open to working with seniors, or particularly anybody. I'm mobile, so I'm if you have some parents that live out in the country somewhere up north, I can go and visit people and work with them and use a lot of these principles. And it's tax deductible now. We got to remember Dr. Chow's, her mission was she wanted Qigong to be available for everyone, and to be tax deductible. Now, since I have since I'm a registered massage therapist, I can do receipts, so you'll be able to write them off if you have insurance. And yeah, that's all I can think of. Oh yeah, and the punches in the stomach and the belly. She always wanted us to breathe in our bellies. So the way she would test us to make sure that we're breathing in our belly is she would surprisingly give you a little shot in the stomach. So it's just to always make sure you're breathing in your belly. So
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Nelson. Yeah, I just see Natalie. You want to say something?
Hello, thank you for those wonderful stories, Nelson. And I'd like to ask you a question. I believe you're in Montreal. Do you present Qigong in French by any chance?
I could if there was a demand. My French is very strong. I'm not teaching any classes right now. What I'm doing is very individual. But if anybody French needed a service, or if there was need for a workshop, I would be open to doing that and helping.
I would definitely love that for my school. We're just starting a program. We're calling it Bienveillance. And so we will be talking about mental health. I'll be presenting yoga, but it would be great to introduce Qigong as well, even if it is virtually. I'm in Petawawa and Pembroke.
Okay, yeah, I'd be open to that. I'll put my contact. I'll put some of my contacts in the chat. Feel free. Anybody could reach out to me for anything, anytime. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. And I would like you to send me the email if you have any proposal, to work together to promote the Chow Qigong, or we can organize one workshop or conference. We can meet in Canada. Either in Ottawa or Montreal or Toronto. So anybody have the idea to organize it, and then we can work together. Thank you. Catherine, I back.
I think you've got two raised hands there, Nicole and Dame Reverend. If you want to unmute them, Philip.
One thing that I wanted to share was we were talking about goals when Effie and I were talking about goals one day, and she said, "Well, I want Chow Qigong to be in every household around the world." And she was serious, and I'm going, "Wow, that's like a big." You have to go for big. You have to go for big. And it wasn't an ego thing. She was so heart driven with the annual conferences and everything, to just share and encourage everyone to be the best that they could be and be conscious about energy and qi and to be as healthy as possible. That's it.
Yeah, Catherine, you can continue to lead the.
I think Nicole's next. Nicole, would you like to unmute yourself and go ahead?
Am I unmuted? Yeah. Okay. Well, what I wanted to say, one of my biggest challenge and bringing Dr. Chow's Qigong to the community, I brought it to the French community. I've been teaching Chow Qigong in French since 2015. And I associated with some organization where they've been promoting it and offering classes regularly. So that's wonderful. And now we do have also here in Rockland association with seniors home to help them. It's a different level. And one of the greatest teaching that I got from Dr. Chow, it's the practice and the philosophy and all this, but it's her resilience in the last phase of her life and learning about challenge. And doesn't mean because you practice Qigong, you will not have health challenge, but how resilient will you be through these challenge? And that's one of the greatest teaching that I got from Dr. Chow, that we will have challenge. And even more important, to practice the philosophy so that we can move through these more easily. So that was one of the greatest thing. And I had the experience to talk to her through for the past 3 years since the pandemic, because the last workshop she gave was at the beginning of the pandemic. So Nelson, you remember the challenge that we had because everything was locking down and we had to find ways to give that workshop because we already had started, and how to get Dr. Chow back to San Francisco was a big challenge also because everything was shutting down. But the beautiful thing is everything, the impossible is possible. Yeah, because we were able to finish the workshop or the training level 1 in July through Zoom. And that was the biggest learning that we all had to do. So these are great moments. They were struggling hard, but we managed. And in the end, everybody was so happy. The greatest learning that we had a chance to have, and also to be with her. So that's what I wanted to say about Dr. Chow. And I just love her. She's a great inspiration in my life.
Thank you, Nicole, for sharing that. I remember to give you an idea, to give the group an idea of how hardworking and resilient she was when we were trying to organize a workshop in Montreal, I spoke to her several times, maybe after supper, 6 or 7 o'clock. I did what I had to do. I went to bed and slept. I would talk to her the next morning. She hadn't gone to sleep yet. She would often go 24 hours, no sleep, like almost like a machine. And so many times I talked to her the next morning and she says, well, I've just been working on this all night. I haven't even slept yet. So that just blew me away, that that's how dedicated she was. It's just, she could just go all night, no sleep. The next day she's still going at it, and I'm on the phone with her, like almost questioning myself, like, why am I sleeping so much? Just very, very resilient. Oh, and I've got a good story to add to the San Francisco one, when she got the key to the city and they made Chow Qigong Day. There's a little bit of a backstory to that, of how she got so close to the mayor. She was doing a fundraiser in San Francisco, and on stage, like she normally does, she does the demos, she does some instant healings, and she said, does anybody have any pain in their body? And the mayor of San Francisco went on stage, and she used spleen number 6 in combination, I believe it was stomach 36. And spleen number 6 is a great point for male impotence. Now, that mayor went home that night. He had a much younger wife that he wasn't able to have sex with. And so that quick demo on stage was enough to heal his impotency, and he went home and he had all sorts of fun with his wife that night, and he hadn't had sex in years. So the next day, he wrote a check to Chow Qigong with a lot of zeros on it. And that's what, then moving forward, that's how she got the key to the city. And that's how they made Chow Qigong Day. She fixed the mayor's impotence. And the story is to remember that the spleen number 6 is such a powerful meridian, because it's the crossing of 3 yin meridians. And if we understand yin as the feminine, we say it takes 3 women to please 1 man. So because those 3 points are the point for male fertility.
Thank you, Nelson. You know, the 3 yin meeting point, we call 3 yin meeting point. You know, the liver, kidney, and the spleen. You know, that's a wonderful, powerful point. You know, it's a good for from the chest down. Any problem, you know, any health problem, you can use a 3 yin meeting point to treat that. You know, and also Dr. Chow mentioned, you know, we can use the hook point. You know, the large intestine number 4. You know, it's also very good for from the chest up, and also good for the chest up, any problem, you know, you can use that, you know, the pain, even though you have a gum problem and any blockage, you can use the large intestine number 4 to take care of it, you know.
Yeah.
And thank you, Nelson. And because we don't have too much time left, so I just want to talk few things to share with you about Dr. Chow. She is a very easy person. When I take her course, and I learned some Qigong before. I'm from Hong Kong. Very easy to get the teacher to learn Qigong. Even to go to the park, go to the downstairs from the building. You know, Hong Kong is a lot of tall building. You know, so around the tall building, there's one park in the middle of the building. Every morning, a lot of people do the Tai Chi, Qigong, whatever. You can go there to learn it easily. But in Canada, in the United States and the Western world, there are no way to do that. You know. So Dr. Chow, she is the person, I think is the first person to bring the Qigong to Western world, you know, for my understanding. I know that when I go to San Francisco, and they have the World Qigong conference, and she bring a lot of famous and high level of Qigong master, grandmaster from China, like the Yanxing and master her all those great master or Qigong Lo, because she had a platform in the San Francisco. She had every year, whatever, they have the conference. So it's a platform that easy to bring the people come to the USA, because normal people cannot get in to do the Qigong with the Western world, right? So she's the person to do that, okay? So she bring all those big master. I learned a lot from those big master as well, like the Yanxin and Master Her, those are big master. So she's a wonderful person. She's not only limited to what she teach, she open Qigong for everybody for the Western world, and also from the Japan. One of the doctors, she's really good working with the fingers. I forgot her name. Suzuki, whatever. I forgot his name. Anyway, so I also asked her to bring the Qigong to my company. I'm working in Giant Tiger. They have more than 200 retail stores, similar like the Walmart. And in the head office, we have a lot of the top guy. Right up nowadays, he become president of big organization. And he's a tall guy, 6-7 feet. Dr. Chow had to stand on the table, and then working with her with the energy testing. So it's a wonderful person, Dr. Chow, and she is also my model to bring all the healing system, together to form a spirit light Qigong to do the healing. I'm very happy to use all those things. Dr. Chow is one of the great master for me to learn all those kind of technique. I'm happy to use those skill to help the people with the 11-day in coma. In the Heart Institute, all the doctors say, yeah, there's only waiting for the luck, but I'm working with the person, 11 days, and then she come back, and then also I have treat the people, with the paralyzed, for the half side of the body, and they can manage it to do everything, except do the cooking, and washing the clothes. Only two things cannot do it. Other thing, everything can do it, before he have to rely on his wife to take care of everything. A lot of amazing story. Okay, so now I want to give them more people have the more opportunity. I want to let the more people talk, and I can extend another 10 minutes. So it means that instead of I can extend to the 10. Okay, Catherine, I want to let you continue. Let more people to talk. Okay.
All right. Could you raise your hand? I don't see anybody. There's some new people we haven't heard from yet that would like to share any stories? If you raise your hand and unmute your mic. No? Okay.
Anybody, you can unmute your mic and then talk. We will let you talk. Okay. So don't need to raise your hand.
I didn't know her, unfortunately, because I joined after the pandemic started. But it sounds to me like she had some opportunities to bring wonderful Qigong to the world in a way that was very healing and loving. And for that, I would respect what she did. I live in a place where Qigong is not a huge thing. We do have a Chinese cultural center, and they do practice Qigong there. They do more Tai Chi than they do Qigong. But I live in Calgary, Alberta. So there is a different kind of feel to the Qigong here. But Qigong is such a wonderful tool to helping depression, to helping all kinds of things. And I've learned that it gives great peace and healing in so many ways. And the fact that there was a woman founder just gave me great understanding that, anyone can do this. Philip and I had a course during the pandemic of now Qigong has a lot of principles that is very similar to me. I'm a classically trained opera singer, And there's an awful lot of things that are related to music that Qigong shares. And I am very impressed that he was open enough to do a course with me. And someday I'd like to do it again, not right now, but sometime in the future, to show that this Qigong has an opportunity to work with many different mediums as well. And Philip, I'm very grateful for what we did, and I would love to bring Qigong more to Calgary and to the west here in Alberta, because we do have a certain mentality here that does not accept. It's a Western philosophy, and it's not Eastern, and there's many gifts from their philosophy that we can learn that will give us healing, so that we can remove a lot of people from the emergencies. And I do agree with what you're saying, that the hand, because I practice a lot of that with the hand rubbing and things like that. And I'm relatively new to Qigong, but to me, this woman sounded like an icon. She sounded wonderful. And I'm sorry you've lost her. She sounds like she has given the world. She just didn't sit back. She did something with it, and that's wonderful.
Thank you, Lila. I thank you for reminding me. I want to let everybody know we can apply the Qigong for your daily life. When I swim, I meditate with the 5 element, the 5 color, and also meditate the any part of body, need to take care of. I swim, I walk, I sleep, and I eat. I do the Qigong, So I would like everybody to apply it in your daily life. And I have one member, she got the stage 4 cancer, she had breast cancer. After doing the operation, the cancer spread everywhere, And the doctor tell her you only about few weeks to live, and we work together, with the Qigong. She's a very strong mind, and then she live right now. She more than 4 years, she's still lucky, haven't been leaving us, And I very appreciate Qigong to help us, and I would like to work together in future. Like a Calgary, whatever, even though Ottawa, anything you need me, I can work together with you. Okay, I want to let the other people to talk.
Oh yeah, like Layla was saying, she wasn't only a pioneer in Qigong when Qigong wasn't popular in the West. She was also the first woman to do it, and she opened the door to a lot more women that were able to do this. I mean, just 50 years ago, a girl wasn't allowed to practice at the Shaolin Temple, and there was one girl. It was the abbot's sister, and she had to practice facing the wall. So she opened a lot of doors, not only for Qigong in the West, but women instructors and women practitioners in the Qigong field. And also, I was quite impressed when I saw Layla and many of the Philip students incorporating the singing into the Qigong. And Dr. Chow always spoke about that, and she was a soprano, and she also she had many orchestras and singers involved in the Congress, and Qigong, music, laughing, it all goes together to have a balanced life.
Can I add something? She taught, for a period of time, she taught sex therapy, and nothing was off the table. I mean, everything was just normal body function and how to make it work even better, and all of that. And she influenced a lot of young people, and her just her sense of humor about everything was just beautiful. When I met her, she had just come in out of the hospital for the first time in her entire life. Something happened. She was taken away, they put her on some medications and she had bad reactions, and it was really horrendous. And she had to move out of her home, and when I met her, she was in a assisted living home that they were moving all her stuff into. They had clipped part of her vocal cords, and they said that'll never come back. And she goes, no, that's not acceptable. I mean, she could hardly whisper. And she said, I'm going to use Qigong and I'm going to prove them, I'm going to get my voice back. And it took her about, I would say about 4 months, and she was moving back into her home in San Francisco, which was 3 stories. At the time that I met her, she could not walk. She was in a wheelchair. And within the couple of months, and they said, you'll never be able to walk again. You'll never be able to talk normally. And that's it, and move out. And she then moved back in to her home, and she was able to rehabilitate herself. And it was a struggle. It took a lot of might. It took a lot of focus. It took a lot of Qigong energy, but she was able to do it. I was able to film her doing a demonstration. It's on YouTube. And she had 4, what she called big men. Here's Effie, this little 4 foot something. I don't even know if she was 5 foot tall. Little petite thing. And these guys were over 6 feet tall. And she goes, okay, so these 4 people, we've got over 900 pounds. So she goes to try to push the first one, and they're all standing in a row with their hands up. And how was that? Well, I don't find it very threatening, as she was trying to, just use her might. And she was talking about Qi and all of this, and money. She says, you can attract money with Qigong. And so anyway, finally she pulls in the energy and she pushes them all. And the last man was quite advanced in Qigong himself, and she asked each person, what did you feel? What did you feel? What did you feel? And the last person, what did you feel? And he says, not only did I feel a tremendous flow of energy, I felt a vacuum behind me. And she goes, that's it. So it's on YouTube. I encourage you to look at it, because I then slowed it down in slow motion. But I have to add something that's sad. People make comments and they go, how good a master could she be? Look, she's got a walker and she can't even stand and stuff. And she was still in that recovery. And then I type in the response, don't judge this situation because you don't know what's going on. And they're, oh my God, that's amazing. So I just wanted to share that, just as someone else did, just because you're an advanced master, it doesn't mean that things happen. But when we're challenged, we're given opportunities to grow. And that's one of the things that Effie always said. It's that we're limitless. We have power. We need to use it. We need to transform our own lives and then start transforming the rest of the world. Anyway.
Thank you very much. I use Qigong to do a lot of things. I have hay fever. There's no anything to treat in the for hay fever in a serious one. I try to do all kind of things to treat the symptom, but the root never gone. And even the doctor asked me to put the vaccine, the shot, a needle for in the winter, and then the spring will be getting better. But it doesn't work. But I use the Qigong to do all those healing, and then now I can get back to my healthy life. About when I come to Canada, about 1977, I come to Canada, and I don't know what the head of a hay fever. But I use the Qigong, to treat my hay fever, And also, when I see the dentist, I don't need to use any fees of pain killing, They're drilling my teeth, even though near the nervous point, near the teeth, near the over here, And then no dentist want to do it. Only my dentist do it for me, And that's the use of Qi to disconnect the pain, And also you're talking about the money too. When I do the morning distant healing, and also channel the energy, love, hope, and faith, all the joy, happiness, and health, wisdom and wealth, and also the good relations with people around you, and also channel the energy, make you feel good, satisfied, and content, and full of a self-esteem and self-actualization. So we can work with the Qigong to bring the energy, bring all those things to us. So, and Catherine, I want to have 10 maybe two more minutes, 5 more minutes, okay? So go ahead to talk. Otherwise, I have to be close for today. Anybody? Go ahead, 5 minutes.
I've done major dental surgery over the past 2 years. I did everything also, no anesthesia. I had a couple of very deep cavities, and all the dentists were around the chair as I was getting worked on, and they were, are you sure you're okay? Do you not want a needle? Do you not want to be frozen? When you just trust the process and let the qi flow through your body, you'd be surprised how much pain can be managed. Instead of like the first thing before you even have pain, just give me a shot or give me a pill. Let the process work within you and do the work, and this energy can just flow. Also, I was at her first from Dame Jacqueline. I took her first workshop after she was in the nursing home. It was in Montreal. And yeah, the doctors said she'd never walk again. They said she would never speak again. And she used the qi on herself, and she couldn't even move. She was literally stuck in a chair, and she just used the qigong on herself, mentally focusing on the areas that needed to be healed, doing her meditations. And she came in a walker on her first workshop that I saw in Montreal. And she must have pushed over 8 very, very tall, large men at that workshop. And I was hooked right away. I saw that demo and I said, wow, that's great. I want to learn that. I want to be able to do that one day. And then during the workshop, I volunteered to do demos with her, and she did the grounding. And she put her walker aside, and she did the grounding. And I tried with all my might to lift her, and it's as if I was touching a live electrical wire or a circuit. You could really feel a strong buzz when she was grounded and you touched her. Quite strong qi. And yeah, the throat incident was because they had done a preventative surgery on something, and the surgery went wrong, and then she had an allergic reaction to the medicine. So that's what ended up putting her in a wheelchair and in a home for all those years.
Anyway, thank you very much, and I very appreciate what you share, Dr. Chow's all this inspiring story. And I say again, we work together, continue to promote the Chow Qigong, and then contact me if you have any suggestion. We can work together. One person cannot do all the things. If we work together, we can do a lot of amazing things. Catherine, before that we closing, check anybody want to talk. There's a last 3 minutes, okay? 3 more minutes to go.
Well, thank you for sharing, Nelson and Jacqueline. Thank you for sharing those later the stories of what happened later in Dr. Chow's life, because as I mentioned, I went to her workshops in the 1988s, 89, and I had lost touch with what happened. And I'm very sorry to hear that she had such a struggle later in life before she died to deal with. Very, very sad and unfortunate. And especially as you age, your energy decreases. And after all the good and wonderful things she had done for other people, for that to happen to her, I'm very sorry to hear that.
And anyway, she's 90 years old, 89 plus a few months. She's wonderful. My parents are only about 80 something, 86, but Dr. Chow, almost 90 years old. And she's wonderful, she's a very great person. She have a lot of difficulty, to attack her, but she still survived to fight for her life and do a lot of amazing miracle. That is, we want to say thank you to Dr. Chow and very appreciate what you give us. And then I will continue, all of us will continue to carry on your torch to bring the Chow Qigong to all over the world. Thank you very much. And anybody want to say something? Another 2 minutes. Go ahead. Hands up, Nicole, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to say it doesn't stop, and age is just a number. I have an 89-year-old lady that comes to my Chow Qigong class, and she noticed the improvement. It's slow, but she's getting better, and she's so grateful, and the joy that comes.
Yeah.
So through the health challenge,
Yeah.
there's another side to it. Even Dr. Chow had great challenge. The joy for life she still had.
Yeah.
And I think that's the greatest lesson that we have to keep from her.
I want to add that she did recover rather well after she got home. She even made a trip to China to participate in a specific conference there. And she was a little bit like, should I, shouldn't I? And she goes, hell, I'm doing it. And she just went. She was gone for a few weeks, and it was a really challenging trip, but she was able to deal with it with grace and with applying Qigong, and it turned out to be fantastic. So it's not that her elder age was limiting her in any way. It was challenging, but she was able to overcome and always keep her sense of humor.
Yeah, thank you. It is a Chinese proverb. They say that it doesn't care how long you live, The important how much you give, how much you can achieve, That is more important, That's just trying to maximize your performance, maximize your life, the contribution to the people and to the world. That's the more important. Thank you. Anybody?
Natalie, go ahead.
Hi, I see other people raise their hands after myself, so there'll be other comments. But I thought with learning about Mrs. Chow's Dr. Chow's personality, maybe it will be nice to end with some laughter or a song when all the comments are done.
Maybe Leila, at the end you can sing a song for us. Before that, I want to get somebody to talk.
Oh, if anybody wants to continue putting their email in the chat, a couple people have requested Jacqueline's email. I'm not sure where you're located, but if you want to put your name or your contact info in the chat.
I don't know where the chat is.
You got, I think it's the 3 dots on the right. Do you see that? Bottom right, 3 dots.
I don't see the chat.
Okay, I will send it to you. I will send it to you.
Intuitionpower.com.
Okay.
Intuitionpower.com.
Okay. Anybody want to share something? Yeah, if you have.
I'd like to share. I'd like to share something, if possible. I got a very good picture from all your stories of this lady, and what I get most from these stories of hers, her determination, but tempered with humor. Strong determination is what I pick up from her, right? But she tempered it with humor because she had such a strong personality. She realized she had to have something to balance it. So that's what I pick up from her. I get a really good idea of what she was like. And I've never known her or anything, but from your stories, it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing all that. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody?
Thank you, Master Philip, for hosting this. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. You know, I love to work together with you. The Qigong also the passion. You know, Dr. Chow teach me how the Qigong can benefit more and more people. You know, she is my model. You know, I set up the Qigong. Philip Light Qigong is also follow her footsteps. You know, that is I very happy to continue to work with you. Anybody have any suggestion? We can try to work together. And thank you everybody to participation in today's conference or the tribute to Dr. Chow. And now I will ask anybody want to say something? Otherwise, I will ask Leila sing a song, share your love, hope, and faith to everybody. And also I will continue to channel the energy, love, hope, and faith, joy, happiness, health, and also channel the energy of wisdom and wealth. And also continue to channel the energy, make you have good relationship, make you feel good. Leila, and then sing a song. Share your love and faith.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. Thank you.
Thank you, Leila. Beautiful song, wonderful energy. Thank you, your sharing. Okay, so thank you very much. And finally, you know, we are finished all our thing today, and then we do again, and then we pray for Dr. Chow. Wish her all the best, and thank you all she gave us. Thank you. Bye.